In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Take it Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing morning? We have some beautiful sunlight coming through. Some sunshine, which is great. Yesterday we had some sunshine, and it was a warm day at the same time. I'm loving that. It's been giving us, right, Meech? Because Meech is in, Big Meech is in Pennsylvania with me. It's been giving us the illusion of spring. We had some sunshiny days, but we had some cold weather. So yesterday was a pretty warm day, and so I'm excited about spring happening. Yesterday we had we had our our guy who's gonna do our leaves and everything, so I could start putting everything into my garden. I'm excited about that. I still have not yet pulled the trigger on my fencing situation. I have to figure out what I really want to do, because in this area, we get a lot of snow, and so we need a place to push the snow. So that's what's stopping me from getting the fence on this side. You know what I mean? Like on the side of in the front of where my garden is because the snow has to be pushed there. If not, it will be pushed up against the garage, which means it's going to leak into the garage, and we don't want that. So we don't want a soggy garage, and so so I got to keep that there. So now I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do the same thing that I did before, the stakes and the deer net, because that's the easiest to, put on and take off. So that's what's going to happen. Plus, I'm also expanding the garden. So I'm excited about that. And I'm planting more this year, and I started earlier this year. So I'm super excited about that. And I will be sharing stories with you as well. A lot of my things have popped. My peppers have popped. My cucumbers have popped. My tomatoes, my okra, and my greens and my collard greens, those popped. And so I'm so excited about those. So yeah. And my friend also gave me some pepper plants too. I repotted those. And yeah, I'm excited about my garden this year. So this year's garden is going to be amazing. I encourage everybody in the, within the sound of my voice to start planting and growing your own food, because things are about to get a little real for us in a minute. And so you want to be able to make sure that you can plant your own stuff and you have experience with that. So with that being said, you guys, welcome to Coffee with Nikkie. I am your host, Miss Nikkie. This is your daily cup of information and inspiration. I am so happy to see you all in the room this morning. Let me check and see who's here in the building. So of course, y'all know the first person in the building is, you guys know her as Cousin, or you may know her as the best moderator on what? Earth, okay? I had to do too many snaps. So there you go, because I now got my rhythm. So now I'm going to do it that way. The best moderator on earth is in the building. Good morning, Cousin. Cousin said, good morning, my hearts. Good morning. Miss Betty Rose is in the building, and she said, good morning, everyone. I am blessed and highly favored. The 2024 tax season is history. History. Good morning, Latrice. Good morning, Big Meech. Big Meech is in the building. She said, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Big Meech. Yes, everybody, please. And thank you. Hit the like button, please. And thank you. Good morning, Melody. Melody's in the building. She said, good morning, everyone. Yes, y'all. Hit the like button. As soon as y'all come in, hit the like button. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Good morning, Christina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Jazz. Jazz is in the building. She said tax season is over. It will still trickle in the rest of the week in my 9 to 5 work. Good morning, Tracy. Tracy said, "Good morning, ladies. Have a great day. Thank you so much. You too." Big Meech said, "Yes, it was 78 and sunny yesterday." Yep. Yep. Talk about how freezing it was the week before. Good morning, Yolanda. Yolanda's in the building. She said, "Good morning, family." Jazz said, "Yay, my first set of tomatoes died." Oh, got you. They were extremely, wait a minute, let me get to the comment. They were extremely leggy. Yep. But my second set have germinated. Now listen, if they get leggy, because my Brussels sprouts got leggy, my friend said she had to start her Brussels sprouts over as well. And when she tells me that, I'm like, okay, expert gardener, I'll listen, right? But you bring your light closer to your plant. Bring your light closer. If you got the grow lights, Jazz, I don't know if you got your grow lights, but if you do, bring the light closer to the plant. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She said, "Good morning, everyone. Good morning." Hey, sis. Hey, Chantel. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, y'all. I'm good. Thanks. How are you? I'm amazing. I am living the dream. So I just want to welcome you here and I hope you have a good time. So let us know what you do and what you're all about, Miss Christina. So, as I said, Yolanda's in the building. I was going to talk about you anyway, girl. So, Yolanda went and got her pegboard last night from Home Depot. And if you are in the decluttering group, we wanted the pegboard, and so now I purchased my pegboard. Yolanda got her pegboard, and so she was in Home Depot showing us what she did, and so she got hers for $6. She got her pegboard for $6. So I'm telling y'all, if y'all want the pegboards, y'all better go on and hit the Home Depot and grab your pegboard. They're only $12, and I think Yolanda's said $12.24, and I think mine said the same thing. And so she got hers for 50% off. I supposedly had got mine for 70%. Remember when I was telling y'all, I think I got my pegboards for $12 for the 2 pieces? Well, I looked at my receipt because I was like, I'm taking mine back because Yolanda got hers for $6. I'm going back, right? And so I looked at my receipt, and guess how much I paid for mine? Guess how much I paid for mine? Mm, my light just went out. Guess how much I paid for mine? $3.67 for a big piece of pegboard. Well, I got 2 pieces. So it's actually the 1 piece, but they cut it in 2. But I only got it for $3.67. That is a great deal. I paid more money for the baskets that I'm going to put on the pegboard. And cousin had a great idea about coloring. She's going to paint hers because purple is her color. And so I was like, oh, I think that's a great idea. Maybe I should paint mine. I don't know. Maybe I think I'm going to leave it white to match the match the walls. I'm going to have so many shades of white. It's not even funny in this room, but it don't matter. It was going to go into the closet where I was going to do like a closet office so I could save space in the room, but I'm definitely going to be using the closet for storage. I'm not going to use it for a closet office. I'm going to use it for storage and do the rest of the room and da 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 da. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm excited for the whole movement. And today we're going to be talking about, and I know we get excited about the process of doing something. I know we get excited about buying the things that we need, but we don't get excited about the actual process of doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I love buying a whole bunch of stuff and then say, oh yeah, I need it for organization. I'm going to clean. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then you sit there and you have this whole like, all this stuff that you never use, right? And so I'm today I'm saying that today I'm committing to seeing the whole thing through. Definitely going to see the whole process through. I'm not going to leave anything half done. I'm going to complete it totally. This is the commitment that I made to myself, that I'm going to see it all the way through. I'm not going to leave the closet halfway done. I'm going to put everything that I want in there and say I'm going to come back and do it later. Kind of like I did this bedroom. The bedroom, I painted, half of it was done, half of it was not. And so now this weekend I did the whole painted and everything. And so I'm going to commit to the whole thing. Why? Because I can't change if I keep doing the same things, right? We can't change if we keep on repeating the same patterns. And so if I want new things, I got to do new things. And so this is the year that I am going to definitely do new things. So let me see what Jazz says. She said, I got some makeshift grow lights. Okay, it's my TVG RGB lights that I wasn't using. Okay. But that's what I did. I put the tray a few inches below the light. Yep. Good today. A little bit of rain and curfew, but we are preparing for the summer season. Awesome. And today I'm finally receiving, I finally received my waxes, and I'm going to make for the first time my dessert candles, of course, following your advice. Thanks. Thank you again. Hey, let me know how it goes, Christina. If you have any questions, send me a message. Let me know. But yeah, I'm excited for that. And if you want, I don't know if you're the person who asked me about the classes, but we do have a wax frosting class for dessert candles on Bubble Babes, BABEZ University.com. And I show you how to do everything. I show you, piping techniques, how to prepare the frosting, It's all there for you. But yeah, I'm excited. So make sure you tag me in your pictures or your videos. I want to see what you come up with. I'm super excited for you. It's going to be so much fun. It's very addicting. But let me know how it goes for you. Yes, that was a good deal. It was, right, Yolanda? That was a great deal. Has anyone done limited edition cans with vessels that you don't use in your normal line and has been successful? Let me tell you something, Melody. If you have them, everybody does it for like collections or a holiday collection, limited collection, or maybe you trying to get rid of stuff. I know Latrice, she does it, cousin. She does it when she is making if she has those little 1 ounce samples to get rid of them, she will create wax melts for those. So it's a limited time thing, but she uses that at the markets and she sells out of those. So if anybody would like to chime in, please do so. Let me know in the chat. So yeah, I mean, you definitely do limited edition for Mother's Day. You can definitely do it for Father's Day, for all of the holidays that you have. Definitely. It is definitely a thing, Miss Melody, especially if there's something that you are trying to get out of your space, because we are decluttering. We are decluttering. Okay, so after we declutter, right? After we declutter, and again, keep the comments going. So if anybody has anything that they want to add to what Miss Melody was saying, please add it in the chat and we'll you know how I do. I be multitasking, but I gotta focus sometimes. But when you do your decluttering, we're going to need a plan, right? We need a plan to keep. What's the plan to keep order? What's the plan for us to stay organized? What are we going to do? What are we going to say to ourselves? How are we going to commit to keeping this space clean? Because it's super easy. Let me tell you something. I call myself the Tasmanian devil. Well, I don't call myself that. Sean calls me that, but it's definitely the facts. Like, you give me a clean space, I can mess it up in 2.5 seconds flat. You know what I'm saying? Give me a clean space, I will mess it up. Or give me more space and I will fill it. You know what I'm saying? And so we need a plan in order to keep the structure, in order for us to move through our business and do what we need to do as far as being productive and efficient. We have to have a flow. We have to have a plan. And so in order for that to happen, I'm thinking and I'm doing it, I'm applying it myself, and I'm not just saying, oh, you should do. I'm telling you from my own experience, the stations in which you work, how your workflow, that's how your area should look. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that you need a mixing and making place, then make sure that everything that you need for mixing and making is in that particular area. So it doesn't take much for you to put it back. Right? We were talking about this. I think we were talking about it last week, right? It doesn't take much for you to put it back. So you want to mix, make, do whatever you got to do in that particular area instead of dragging it all through everywhere, right? We're going to keep it in that area. Cabinet under the mix and making station. Everything that I need is going to be there. This is exactly what I'm going to be doing. How and making sure that I don't know so much. I'm not committing to cleaning up as I go. But I am committing to cleaning up my space before I wrap up for the entire evening, right? Before I wrap up for the day, evening, wherever, I'm going to make sure that I clean up before I start, before the end of the day. Because when I start the next day, I will be starting with a clean, fresh slate, and I will be able to just do what I needed to do on my to-do list, as opposed to just as opposed to cleaning it up and then coming back to clear it, right? I mean, to clear it and then do my work, right? So I'm going to commit to that. And so I have that. So then I have my table where I have um basically where I do administrative work, where I'll do packaging, labeling, all that type of stuff. So I can have all my stuff in the containers there. As opposed to right now, what's on my table is a printer, a laminator, and a bunch of other stuff. There's a bunch of stuff on the table. The table is a pretty big table, but there's all a bunch of stuff on there that do not belong there. And so I'm moving all of that stuff off. The printer and the laminator, all that stuff's coming up here, but I have to make it more efficient for me so that I could have a more, you know clear mind and a flow, everything in its place. I really have like I said, I've never been the person that everything has a place and put it in a place, and I've never been that person, right? I've always been the everywhere place, you know what I'm saying, everywhere person. I leave stuff where I use it. Sometimes I leave it there. And so yeah, it's got to be different, because I can't think like that. I cannot think like that. And let me know if you feel the same. Let me see. Yes, trying to declutter my space and life. I know that's right. I know that's right. Good morning, Martini. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you make a mess, clean it up. Yep, yep, yep. That's the new motto. Clean as you go. Got you. I write a plan to reference I write a plan to reference to in order to not get overwhelmed. That's a good idea. Yep, yep, yep. Good morning, Miss Deltra. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I got my candles. I got to talk about those. I will probably go live today or tomorrow with them, because I have Sean ordered the big candles from Deltra, so it's the double, the oval one. They smell amazing. My dad was trying to take her baby powder candle. Oh my gosh. Before you even open it, it smells amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna do a unboxing for Deltra, and I also got to do an unboxing for Lakeisha Keisha, because I have her candles as well. I didn't open hers because Sean is not doing FCOD yet, because she is still off work, and I think she goes back on Monday, but she may request a little bit more time off. But then we will resume the FCOD series, and so I have boxes lined up that I have to talk about. So that's what we're going to be doing. Of course, I'll do it. Okay. Melody, I tagged you in the declutter group yesterday. Yes. Okay, I'll go back and look. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, so we need a plan. So definitely, I'm going to have whiteboards probably everywhere. Why? Because this is something that I don't do, and so I can't keep the habit of trying to keep it in my mind and then talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I forget what I leave a room and forget what I left the room to go get. You know what I'm saying? So definitely know I need a list. How many of y'all do that? And it just may be old age. It may just be stress. It may just be a lot of things. How many of you guys think you're going to remember something, you don't remember it, or you walk out the room to go get something, and once you get out the room, you totally forgot what you went out to get. So now you're going back in the room to look around to get some kind of clue as to what you were going to get in the first place. How many of y'all do that? Or is it just me? Let me know in the chat. Let me know if it's just me. Got to go back to remember. That's right. I'm looking around looking for signs like, what was I doing? Okay, I was here and I was thinking da 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 da. What do I need? What do I need? And I'm sitting there thinking like that. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm going to go get it. But that's crazy. So we got to write things down. So I'm probably going to have whiteboards everywhere so I can make sure things get done. I do that. Oh my gosh. All the time. All the time. I'm like, what did I want? What was I thinking? You know what I'm thinking? I'm like, how could I have quickly forgotten? I just walked out of the room. 2 seconds, I walk out the room, I forgot already. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have the whiteboards probably all over the place. So clear mind, clear space, and then we can execute. We can work more efficiently. One of my goals for this year is to I'll be asking whoever's around, like, if they know. Right. Like, what did I say I was gonna get? I know. So yeah, one of the things that I plan on doing, my goal is to work more efficiently and get my orders shipped out faster. Right now, my processing is 3 to 7 days, and that's because I'm making things and stuff like that to order. But I really wanted, this is something that has been a goal of mine for quite some time, is to get my orders out quicker. Right? You get your orders out quicker, people are happier when they get their orders out quicker, because people like to get their stuff immediately. They like that immediate gratification. And I too am like that myself, except if I'm ordering from somebody and I know that they're making their products, I'm not. But if I'm ordering from a supplier, I want my stuff like soon. You know what I mean? I want my stuff immediately. And if it starts taking a long time now, I'm pissed off because I want my stuff. But I want to have faster shipping. And so in order for me to have faster shipping, I have to work more efficiently. I can't be doing things that are going to be time sucks in my day. I can't be doing things that is going to allow me to procrastinate. I can't be doing things and trying to work out of disorder and then try to clear up that and then try to work. And it's just not, it's just not working. And I know, the flow is just crazy. You know what I mean? Like, we do things because we have to, but I don't have to work in chaos. And so I'm not choosing violence this year. I'm choosing to choose flow over violence this year. So I want to definitely flow through my work day. I don't want to be all over the place, cluttered and discombobulated. I want to be in flow. So anybody else want to be in flow this year? Let me know if it's just me. Let me know. I want to be in flow. I think being in flow will allow me to be in alignment with my duties, with my business, with all of the other things that I have going on. It would allow me to have, yes, I dislike structure, and I think I dislike it just because I want to be against it, because I just want to be who I want to be. But structure is necessary. Structure is necessary. And so this year I'm really focusing on structure. This year I'm focusing on it. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Melissa said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Yazzie Faye. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So yeah, we are going to be in flow. Anybody with me? Put ones in the chat if y'all want to be in flow with your work. Flow with your work. And a lot of the times we get consumed with all of the, we have so many things going on. We have life, we have our jobs, we have our family, we have our husbands or wives or whatever. We have so many things going on that it kind of like gets a little bit of time. And this is what we were talking about, about your self-care, that you got to make time for yourself, because if you don't make time for yourself, you're going to have a nervous breakdown, or you're going to be stressed out, or you're not going to be able to give what you need to give because you don't have the gas in your tank to give it, right? And so we got to do the same thing with our business as well. And so I was looking at David Shands, and because y'all know I love David Shands and Donnie, and they were talking about why entrepreneurs procrastinate on their dreams and their goals. And I said, you know what? That will flow perfectly with what we have going on. Why? Because right now we're decluttering so we can get everything in order so that we can flow, right? But a lot of us will stop right there, right? A lot of us won't keep going. And what is it about the process of doing the business that stops you from moving forward? Right? And what do I mean by that? I mean, a lot of us get caught up in making a thing. A lot of us get caught up in making it perfect. A lot of us get caught up in the fact that we're doing, but there's nothing behind it. You know what I'm saying? You're making, and that's all you get stuck in. You get stuck in the making, you never move past the making. And what are the things that stop you from moving forward? What are those obstacles? What are those hurdles that are stopping you from moving forward? And so I want to talk about that because I was like, oh, you know what? That's a really good idea, to have that as a topic because a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck because they don't want to be too salesy. They don't really know how to sell. They don't really know what to do. They don't really know if, they take forever to launch their website. They don't know if they want to show up on social media. They're not familiar with certain things. And so all of these things are things that stop them from moving forward. And so I want to know how many people fall in love with the process of making. Let me know in the chat. How many of you fall in love with the process of making? And it's easy because a lot of us in here, most of us in here are creative people. And so of course we fall in love with the process of creating because we are creators. This is what we are designed to do, right? We are designed to create no matter what it is. That's what we're designed to do. So that's the fun part of it. But when we get to the non-fun part of it, we get stuck. We get stagnant. We don't move forward, right? We find every excuse in the book not to move forward. And so I want to know how many of you guys fall in love with just the creation part of your business. Let me know in the chat. Yes, I talked with a friend who is going to help me redo my craft room. Awesome. It is definitely cluttered right now. Yep. How many of us fall in love with the process of creating? We buy all of the things. It's a brand new thing. We shiny, we excited. Oh, we got some extra money. We're going to buy this new equipment. We got this extra money. We're going to buy this new thing. And then we doing all of this, but we never even we don't recoup the money because we get caught up in the process. Right? You never make the money back because you get caught up in the process of creating the thing. Or maybe you just decided you're bored with it and you don't even want to do it anymore. Right? We got to get out of that. We got to get out of it because one thing we need to make sure is that if we're spending money, we have to make money. If we're spending it, we have to make it. So one of my new things is if I'm going to spend the money, I got to make that money back. Right? So I have to do whatever I got to do to make that money back, right? So one thing, and this is new. I purchased a new printer because I needed a better quality printer for my bookmarks, a new laminator, Jazz, a new laminator. That was very costly, but I bought another one that wasn't so costly because I was trying to be cheap and not get the expensive one and seeing if I would get the same results and did not. So now I have this extra laminator. All these papers because I'm trying to find the right papers. Like I did a whole bunch of stuff for these bookmarks. Now, again, it was fun in the creative process. It was fun for me to create the characters. It was fun for me to make the items. It was a learning experience as well. So I'm learning as I'm going and I have to keep on trying different things in order to make things work. And I'm fine with that, right? Because I'm creating, I'm trying something different. But the goal is to make that money back. So I can't stay stuck in making that thing if I want to make that money back. Right? I can't stay stuck there. I have to figure out how am I going to make that money back. And so doing, like I said, the unsexy part, which is, putting your stuff out there. Now I need to, I'm starting all over as far as the bookmarks are concerned. I'm starting all over. So now I'm building an audience over there. I'm trying to figure out my way over there. I've had to put everything up on Etsy. And so putting everything up on Etsy is not easy. It's not like just putting it up on your website, right? On Etsy, you got to make sure that you're using SEO. You got to make sure that you're using the keywords that people are searching. You got to make sure that you're attracting the right type of people. You got to make sure that you're putting your titles in a certain order. You got to make sure that you're putting your tags in your description. You got to really make sure that you're going through each and everything. And so if you're not passionate about it, if you're not going to commit to doing the work, you're probably going if you were me, you would have probably got distracted. I mean, not distracted. Yeah, well, distracted. You would have got discouraged adding your stuff up on Etsy because it's a process. And the process is not as fun and as sexy as the creation of the thing, right? But you got to get excited about that process as well. You got to get excited about the process of you getting the sale. You got to be excited about your business getting out there. And the reason why I say this, because a lot of us are sitting on ideas. We're sitting on businesses that we're not really pulling the trigger on, that we're not moving forward on. And so I know, and based on conversations that I have with you guys, it's the business side of things, right? The unsexy side of things. The unsexy part, I don't want to be on social media. I don't want to sound salesy. I don't want to, I struggle with this part. I struggle with this part. And you're going to struggle with them. And the only way for you not to struggle with them is for you to do them. Just the same way they say, in order for you not to be fearful about something, is you got to face the fear. And so you have to face the fear in your business and do the parts that don't attract, that you're not attracted to, that you're not passionate about. You still have to move forward. And I'm going to share a little story with you guys, because if you don't do the part, good morning, Lakeisha, Keisha. If you don't do the part, that you don't like, then it'll never get out there. And so this thing will be an idea forever, and you'll just keep on taking this thing with you forever, and you never do anything about it, right? And the goal is not to never do anything about it. The goal is to launch the business. Then you don't want to be in a place when you decide that, oh, okay, I think everything is ready. And now you lost your audience, because that excitement and that buzz that you had, that you were building when you were creating that thing, now you lost it. You don't want to do that, right? And that happens because we're trying to perfect something, and we have got to get rid of that mentality. We have to do away with that. Why? Because it's only going, you don't want to lose your audience, you don't want to lose the momentum. You want to make sure you carry on with it. You have to carry on with it, because if you don't, you may lose, and then you're going to have to build all over again. And then the process is going to become repetitive, because you're going to keep on doing the same thing. You're excited about the creation, but you're not excited about moving the business forward, and then you're going to get stuck. So we gotta get excited and passionate about that part of it too. It's not going to be something you love. It's not going to be pretty, but it's something you got to do. Same as working out, same as eating right. You're not going to love it, but it's going to be good to you, right? It's going to help you. It's going to enhance yourself, your longevity, blah blah blah. Those things are going to help you. Again, it's not the sexy things, but it's the unsexy things that's going to get you the results that you want. Yes? Let me know if y'all feeling me in the chat. Put ones in the chat if you feeling me in the chat. If you're not feeling me and you don't get it, put a 2 in the chat. That's fine. Let me know how you feel about that. Put it in the chat. 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 And I wanted to share a story about myself while I'm waiting for you guys to put it in the chat. I wanted to share a story about myself. When I initially started my business, again, I had a following already because I was a personality on YouTube. And so I just did everything thinking I need to do everything for everybody. I did bath stuff, shower stuff, everything, right? I did bath stuff, shower stuff, bibs, onesies. What else did I do in the same business? I think that's basically it, right? Basic the bath, the shower, and onesies and blankets. I did that kind of stuff because I sew, right? And so I was like, I'm gonna incorporate that into what I do. And I had everything thinking, my first time really operating the business as a real business entity. I had so many things. I'm thinking I need to serve everybody, right? I want to get everybody. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. And a lot of the stuff sold because initially, people were supporting me based off of who I was. When that died down, I had to figure out, who am I and what do I do? Right? I had to figure that out. And a lot of you guys think that you're supposed to have that already before you get your business off the ground. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's not absolutely the truth. You can have an idea about where you want your business to go. You can have an idea about what you want to do with it. But your customers and what's going on in the business will dictate what you're going to be known for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you got to do what your customers want per se. I'm just saying you will notice a pattern, and then you'll kind of you'll be doing more of another thing in order for you to create your business. And so it may not be initially what you set it out to be, right? It may evolve into other things. And the only way that you're going to know um about this process is by putting the business out there. You can't keep sitting on your business and procrastinating on the day which you're going to launch and you're going to put things out, because this is some vital information that you need, that if you don't put this thing out there, you're never going to know it, right? And so your feelings won't get hurt when you put the thing out there and people are saying what they want. You got to put the thing out there so that people can give you their feedback. This way, how to move, how to operate. Oh, okay, they like this size better. Maybe then this is the size that I need to be creating. Oh, they like it to be a little less greasy. Oh, okay. So maybe I'll give an option for less greasy, or I'll just make it I'll change my formulation and make it a little, less greasy. But you have to put the thing out there in order for you to know. Now, going back to me, I was trying to do everything for everybody. And again, as the business grew, as the business evolved, when the voices and everybody who was supporting and everything, when all of that died down, I had to figure out who I am and what do I want to do. What products do I really enjoy making? What products, and you know what? Let me take that back, because it's not what I enjoy making. I enjoy making the creative stuff, but the creative stuff don't sell as much as I need it to sell. My normal regular stuff is the things that sell crazy, right? My creative stuff, like the, hand piped roses and bath bombs with sprinkles and look like donuts and have frosting and had mermaids, all of those things they did sell, but they were not my best sellers. Those were things that, they hit or miss, And so I had to think about it, and I really had to sit with myself and say, okay, well, it's time that I let some things go. We have a bunch of stuff on our website, and I'm talking to everybody in the room, and I may not be talking to you exactly. You may have cleared some stuff off your website, but we have so many things, so many scents, so many options, because we're trying to cater to everyone. But we need to really focus on what exactly is selling. You can't focus on what's selling if you're not selling anything. So you can't make a decision based on what I should keep and what are my best sellers and da 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 da. You can't make that decision because you're not moving. So you got to be able to get your business out there so that you can start making these decisions, because this is going to help you move forward. You need the customer feedback. You need to hear what the people are saying when they try your stuff. You need to know these things, because this is going to arm you with the information and the data that you need in order for you to grow your business, right? In order for you to know how to speak to your customers, in order for you to put a face to the customer, you're going to have to sell the thing. You have to get off of the I'm waiting for it to be perfect. I'm not exactly ready yet. You got to get off of that and put it out there, so that okay, I put it out there, and then it eliminates every time you come out again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you got to keep coming out, but if you have a new product, new scent, new launch, whatever, you are more confident because you know who you're talking to. When you don't know who you're talking to, you're kind of like just throwing things in the air. You're throwing spaghetti at the wall to see if it's going to stick. And it gets exhausting and you get burnt out. A lot of us experience burnout because we're trying to sell to everybody. We're not clear. We don't have a clear vision of what we're doing. We don't exactly know what our end goal is. And so since we don't know these things, we have nothing to work towards. And so since that's the case, we get burnt out because we're like, I'm making all of these things, but nobody is buying them. I'm making all these things, but nobody is talking to me. I'm making all of these things, but nobody is doing anything about it. Nobody is sharing my information. Because you're unclear. You have to have clarity. And not only do you have to have clarity, but you got to get it out there so that people can have an opinion. If you don't put it out there, people can't have an opinion about your stuff, and you don't have the feedback and the information that you need to keep moving forward and grow it. Right? Let me know if y'all feel what I'm saying. Let me know if you feel what I'm saying. Let me know. With me not having launched yet, it's the fear of the unknown. Got you. Process love to make the new stuff. Love to make the stuff new to me scares me. Process love to make the new stuff. Process to make the stuff new to me scares me. Website, etc. Got you. Okay. Sometimes I gotta read it the way I think y'all saying it. Jazz said, I'm learning how to get excited about the boring stuff. Right. I got to steward this new business correctly. So I got to do the proper things to prepare. Got you. Let me know if y'all understand where I'm coming from. Let me know. Okay, so back to me, my story, right? So I'm thinking I'm making everything for everybody. And so I realize that I'm not making money in the things that I really am, enjoying, but I see that I'm making money on my regular soaps. I see that I'm making money with my body butters. I see that I'm making money with my brush soap, right? I see that's where my serums. I see that, okay, I'm looking at the pattern of how everybody is buying because I'm putting the thing out there so that I can have this data, right? So I'm looking at the process of how everybody is buying. I see what the pattern, and I see what they're buying, and then I know, okay, I don't really enjoy making the regular stuff because it's boring and it's mundane. I don't really like doing that, but I know that's where the bread and butter is. And so I have to do it. And so I have to make that fun for me. And then I have to do a process of elimination because by me buying all of the other ingredients and all of these other things, I'm taking money from what I could be putting doubling down on and selling more of. Does that make sense? I mean, it does make sense, but let me know if y'all feeling me. Let me know if you're feeling me. Like instead of putting my money into new things that may or may not sell, that I may be clearancing off because they didn't sell in a timely manner, or discounting the prices, instead of doing that, I could put that money into the products that are selling like crazy. And I could put that into ad spend. I could put that into making more. I can put that into um uh user generated content. I can put it in, you know what I'm saying? Like I could use that into put that into the budget for other things that is going to move this product forward, as opposed to having my focus on so many different things and realizing I'm wasting time over here when I could really be focusing over here. Let me know if you feel me. Let me know if you feel me. We need to look at our website and we need to see what we need to eliminate and how you're going to do that. You got to see what the best sellers are. You got to see where people are spending their money and say, okay, well, maybe I need to double down on these things because this is what the people want. And I I'm really making my mark by doing this thing, right? Had I been doing all of the other things and still trying to be selling my brush me off soap, I would not be focused enough to know that this soap is going crazy. You know what I'm saying? That this soap is making the girlies in the makeup industry. They love it. They talking about it. They want to share it with their friends and da 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 da. If I wasn't focused on all of the things, then I wouldn't be able to pick up on those those clues, right? I wouldn't be able to pick up on it because I would be focused everywhere else, and it would just be another thing that I was doing. You feel me? It would just be another thing that I was doing. When I was looking at my grid, I had so much stuff on there. So if somebody was just coming for the makeup soap, they would be seeing bath bombs, body butters, oils. It would be so many other things that I'm not known for anything because I have everything, right? And so people who were known for specific products and specific areas in business, they would be more recognized because I don't have to go far to go see that type of content on your page. If I'm coming because somebody told me that you got the best brush soap ever, and I go to your page and I see a bunch of bath bombs and I got to scroll through all of the bath bombs, all of the body wash, all of these things. I got to scroll through all of that in order for me to find the brush soap. I confuse them, I lose them, right? Because then now they're thinking like maybe this is not the right page, right? Maybe she doesn't make the brush soap. Maybe this is not where they got it from. Maybe it's another place, and then I lose them, right? So I had to get more specific. It's important for you to get specific. The only way that you're going to know what you're going to get specific is if you put the business out there and see what the people are saying so that you can make the adjustments that you need to make in order for your business to grow. Yes, I know I like to make pretty stuff, but pretty doesn't always sell. So I had to reconsider on what I'm selling. Definitely. Yolanda says that She had to reconsider on what she's selling because pretty doesn't always sell. And that's the absolute truth. It's the absolute truth. I love creating, um, I love intricate stuff. I love taking my time. Like I said, I will hand pipe flowers. I used to hand pipe roses with royal icing. I used to hand pipe the roses that so I could put them on my bath bombs and stuff like that. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. People would say it was cute. They loved the process of it, but nobody really cared. So I'm sitting there wasting my days because it takes time. So I'm wasting hours of the day making these roses and then making the product to put the roses on after they dry. And then I'm trying to move them, but they're not moving. And I could have easily pivoted to find those customers. So I must, there comes a decision. Am I going to stop talking to my customers that are purchasing my regular products to go out and look for new people that loves bath bombs and things like that in order for them to come over here and then still have try to have those conversations with my people that love my regular products? That's insane, right? We have to find some focus. We have to find focus, and the focus is when we're dealing with business, you got to do what was where the money is, right? You got to go where the money is. And so if the money is in if the money is in my natural soaps, if the money is in my body butters, that's what I'm going to focus on because that's where the money is. I'm not going to stop because I've done that before. Stop focusing on those because I'm excited about those other things. I'm excited about the bath bombs. I'm excited about creating something different, right? And so now I'm in pursuit to find other people, and those people may or may not purchase, but I'm ignoring my regular customers so that I can go pursue some different customers, not just new customers, because I could be pursuing new customers that like the same thing as my core customers, right? But I'm pursuing a new audience and I'm trying to get a new audience to come over here and pay attention to what I got going on. While I'm ignoring my old customers, I'm going to be losing my old customers because I'm out here pursuing that. So I had to figure out a way to just, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to not figure out, but I had to focus on my core business. And in order for you to focus on your core business, you have to look at what's selling. You got to look at, look at the back end, what's going, what's not, what's struggling. It's seasonal. Maybe you want to offer them seasonally and you don't want to offer it all year round, right? Because then if you offer it seasonally, then you have the option to have everybody, like now you can attract those other people and you can even bring your core customers in on it and say, this is something that I offer as, I don't do this all the time. I do this maybe once or twice a year. And so you guys, I'm only going to make a limited quantity about quantity of this thing. And so you want to make sure that you get them. It's the perfect thing for blah, 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 and blah, 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 add the value and stuff like that. But it'll sell because now people are anticipating. It's not something that you have to make all the time. This is something that you decided I'm only going to do a limited quantity of this thing, and then that's how you move, right? But in order for that to happen, we must make my battery because it said no. Okay. We must make those decisions. See what's selling and start thinning out your website. See what's selling, start thinning out your website. That way you can focus. So oh, what's my best seller? So I wanna get some UGC in. So I'm going to send my best sellers to this particular influencer, or I have a new thing coming up. I'm going to send that out to the influencer so that I could get the buzz coming back here. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have a million cents on your page or a million products on your page and people got to go searching for all of this stuff. You don't want to do that because that is going to, confuse them, and you don't want to confuse them. Yes, you want to have variety, right? Because I'm not saying don't have variety. You want to have variety, but you want to make sure you're where the people are. You going where the people are, right? You're going where the people are. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you procrastinate in your business? Do you procrastinate in your business? I know that I have. I know that sometimes I do. Depending on the unsexy things that I don't feel like doing, I will procrastinate. But how many of you guys are procrastinating with your business? Like you're putting off your launch, you're putting off this new collection, you're putting off establishing the business and putting it out there. Let me know if you are procrastinating with your business. Put a 1 in the chat. If you do not procrastinate with your business, put a 2 in the chat. Or you can put a 1.5 because sometimes you may, sometimes you may not. You may be out there, but you may be slow moving. Let me know how that works for you. Tracy says sometimes, yeah. Let me know in the chat. Let me know how, if you're procrastinating in your business as far as moving forward, launching that website, launching that product, getting the people out there, getting the people involved in your products, right? Going to markets, all of that stuff. Are you scared? I don't want to go on social media. I don't want to speak. I don't want to show my face. I'm not familiar with social media. And so since I'm not familiar with social media, guess what I'm going to do? Not do it. So how many of you guys are procrastinating in your business? Let me know. We got, and I think most of us as creators, we are the 1.5 because we do have that moment when we like, go, 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 go. And then we had that moment when we like pause. And then we had that moment when we like, we got to stop and fall back, right? But we have to be able to move through the unsexy. We got to be able to move through the unsexy because that is where we're going to find the growth. That is where we're going to find the information. That is where we are going. That's where the bread and butter is, right? The bread and butter is in the go. We gotta keep it moving. We gotta move forward. So can y'all make the hey D? Late, but I will catch the replay. Sounds like a plan. Can we all decide right now that we are going to be in go mode? Can we all decide that we are going to be in go mode? We have to put the thing out there in order for us to even get the feedback so that we can move the business forward. Can we all agree to that? We have to be fearless. We have to be fearless and go on ahead and put it out there. And then you got to think about like, okay, I may not like what's going to come at me. I don't even know what's going to come at me. I don't even know what people are going to say about this thing. But I got to put it out there because I got to get that feedback. This feedback is going to help me move my business forward. This feedback is going to help me grow my business. When I tell you that I was able to grow my business. Hey, Letitia. I was able to grow my business more efficiently when I was able to focus on the things that were really selling. I already told you, I shared that with you guys because you don't want your timeline looking crazy. You don't want them searching for things that's not there. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get that feedback from them because people were purchasing certain things. So I'm like, okay, so I see a lot of people like this. I'm gonna focus more on this. Oh, I see a lot of people are focusing on my brush soap. You know what I need to do? I need to do more makeup content and I need to do more content related. How can I make them all relate to each other? How can I make my skincare, the makeup, the body care? How can I bring it all together so that when they do come to my page, they're not getting lost in the sea of content, you know what I'm saying? But they're going to find the information that they're looking for because I found the way to make it all mesh, right? I found a way to make it all mesh because again, people, if you don't see something immediately on somebody's grid, you're going to scroll off. So I got to make sure that I'm scroll worthy. So what am I going to do? How am I going to tie this in? How do I tie in my brush soap with skincare? How do I tie in my skincare with brush soap? How do I tie in all of that with body care? I got to be able to bring it all together so that when they do come to my page looks cohesive. When they do purchase from me, they can understand that there's a suite of products. There's a way. I have something for you to use for any process. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta bring it all together because I don't want to seem scatterbrained in my business. And in order for us to have that kind of focus, we need to listen to what the customers are saying, and the business got to be together. You got to put it out there. You got to put the business out there. Your website may not be perfect. Guess what? Put it out there and see what's going on. Put it out there and see where people are clicking. So you know, okay, maybe I need to put this button here. Maybe I need to put this information here. Maybe I need to do this over here. Maybe my descriptions aren't clear enough. Maybe my price, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't do it, you're never going to know. You gotta put it out there in order for you to get that information. Yes? Let me see. You know that's right. I think my problem is the look that I'm going for, my brand. I want everything to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect, Yolanda. You got to get over that. You can make it as beautiful and as wonderful as you can. Put it out there, and then you can tweak along the way. I'm going to show pictures. Matter of fact, let me see if I got it in my phone. I'm going to show you what my first label looked like on my brush soap. What my first label looked like on my brush soap. These were labels that I made myself. I printed myself. Sometimes they weren't waterproof. The waterproof ones still smeared. And so if people brush, did their wash their brushes, sometimes when they showed it on video, the label was rinsed off, or not rinsed off, but you can see like the drip, the smear in the label. This is what it looked like initially. That was my first soap. And you can see the logo that I have. This was my first logo. And the logo was very intricate. And if it was on something smaller than this, you couldn't see it. So if it was on like a serum or something like that, you could barely see the logo. It just looked like yellow ducks and a sea of chaos, right? Put it out there in order for you to see what needs to be changed. I put it out there. Now I don't make my own labels. I did get my label professionally made, and I do get them professionally printed with a clear glossy laminate on the top of it, so that no matter what, alcohol, water, nothing, oil, nothing will make the label smear. Because I was looking at the way people were, putting their content up, and I was like, oh, that looks ugly. You know what I'm saying? Why would people want to buy from me? I won't want to repost it because the label looks ugly. Initially, when I sent it out, the label looked gorgeous, or in my head, because I thought that was gorgeous, right? Initially. But things are going to change, but you're not going to be able to, you got to do the thing in order for to know that. You can try to hit all the problems that you think you're going to have. But sometimes you're going to realize later on down the line, there was something that you may have overlooked. You didn't think it was going to be an issue. I thought if using a waterproof label, there wouldn't be a problem with smearing, but there was. I don't know if it was like, again, if anything with alcohol touched it, or if it's something oily. But I did realize not just water, but other things. If something else came into contact with it, it would smear the label, or the label would not look as perfect. So these are things that happen, but you only going to know if you put the thing out there. Put it out there, and you're going to make tweaks. It's okay to make the tweaks. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. But you're not going to know if you're always waiting for something to be perfect. You got to get over that perfectionist attitude, because that is going to, it's going to hurt you in the long run, because you're not going to be able to get that feedback that you need in order to make that thing better. 1.5. I can't rely on those bursts of inspiration, though. I know that's right. I know that's right. So, y'all feel me? Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Let me know if this was good for y'all today. We have to get over that, because again, we are going to evolve. Things are going to change, right? I changed my logo. What did I? 1, 2, 3. I changed my logo 3 times till I got the chic, clean logo that is Bubble Babe's logo, right? I changed it. My yellow ducks are no longer yellow rubber ducks. They are silhouettes. My name is not in my logo anymore. It's just the BBCO and the 2 ducks. So now anytime I see a bee, and I did see, we were watching something and I saw a bee in the box, and I was like, hey, that's looks like my logo. But you want to make it familiar, because that's what other people are going to see when they see that. If I had something like what I had on that label that I just showed y'all, if I had that on a product and it was in a store and it was on a small product, would you be able to recognize it if you seen it on the shelf? No, it'll just look like a spot on the label, right? So we have to be able to notice it. Had I not done it, waiting for everything to be perfect, and I did that, and then let's say I got professional labels and I got a million of these labels, and what am I going to do with that? Because you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if now it's on a shelf, what does that look like? I wouldn't have known. right? So it took this process in order for me to get to the next process. And so I don't want that to be the thing that stops you. You've got to evolve. Things are not going to be perfect. You're going to have to figure out things along the way, and that's okay. We got to be okay with that being a part of the process, right? Things are going to change all the time. The way that I initially started making the bookmarks, I do not make them now. Why? Because my process has changed. Because I've learned more, and so I've learned a different way, or I learned to make it better. I learned how to make the print clearer. Like, these things are going to happen along the way, and you have to understand that that's part of the process for everybody, not just one or two people. It's for everybody. You're going to get out there and things are going to change for you. Jazz, she initially started with Bath and Body Care, right? Again, I thought Jazz's brand was on point. I loved her products, right? Um, she started with Bath and Body, but she realized that's not where she wanted to go. She wasn't getting the sales she wanted to get. She wasn't getting what she wanted to do. Her passion wasn't there. So now she pivoted to another direction. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to do these things. You may see that you had a big candle, right? And the candle, people are not purchasing because it's taking them forever to burn their candles. My cousin used to tell me that the products that I made, they came in jars that were too big. And she was like, the problem with that is it takes, she's like, I can't, it take a long time for me to get through it. She's like, you need to make them smaller so that way people buy more. Feedback, right? Feedback. Okay, so I'm not going to make them in the larger jars. I'm going to make them in the smaller jars. And I'm going to apply that and see how that works. And it works. You know what I'm saying? You're buying more, right? Or again, some people are putting labels on products that people touch. It may smear. That label may not be working, but you won't know that until you start selling. So please, 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 please do not be afraid to put your thing out there so that you can get the feedback, so you know what you need to tweak, and you need to know, what to do for the next thing. You're going to evolve. Again, evolution is okay. That's going to happen. And in order for you to websites and everything else, websites and everything else, it's all going to be a process. We are always going to be continuously learning forever and a day, right? As long as you're learning, you're growing. And that is okay. So do not let the process or the unsexy part of the business get to you where you're like, I gotta wait till it's perfect, or I'm not exactly ready. My website don't look like this person's website. My cards don't look like this person's cards. My this don't look like that. My cards change all the time, right? So does my vendor. So does, you know what I'm saying? So does my label. So does this. Everything is going to change, but you got to be able to move with it, and you got to be able to say that's okay for it to change. It's not going to be perfect. Just because you put it out one way don't mean it's going to stay that way, right? Just because you put it out one way don't mean it's going to stay that way. So and let me know if you enjoyed today's topic, and let me know in the chat if y'all enjoyed it. And yeah, so if you're watching and you're catching the replay, please put replay gang in the chat. Also, if you are not subscribed yet, go on ahead and subscribe, turn on your notifications bell so that you can be notified when we are going live. Of course, we go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. Also, join the community. Join the community. It is free. It is Bubble Babes, BABEZ, University.com. I am going to edit the price video and I'm putting it up into the community. I'm not going to leave it here on YouTube. I'm going to put it up into the community. So make sure y'all going ahead. It's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. Make sure y'all going ahead and look at it. It's going to show you how to price your products and the software that I use. I need to make sure that you guys, not I need to make sure, but we need to come up with a day when we're going to do a whole demonstration. I kind of showed y'all, but we're going to go through it again with the Price-O-Matic, because yesterday when I got my bookmarks in, real fast. Yesterday when I got my bookmarks in, I was like, you know what? I'm not incorporating that into my pricing. And that's part of the packaging, right? So your flyers that you put in there, your thank you cards, any candies, anything that you put into your packaging, into your box, you want to make sure you incorporate that into your pricing. So we're going to catch up and we're going to do one of those. So you guys let me know what's a good day for you. Again, we'll figure that out tomorrow. We'll figure it out tomorrow. What's a good day for you? Thursday or Sunday? And no, Thursday or Sunday, I'm supposed to be talking my story. Well, we can do pricing. We can do both. All right. So yeah, Thursday and Sunday, let me know. Evening which one is better for you, and that way we can move forward with the pricing so that you guys can accurately price your product so that you could be making a profit. And so with that being said, y'all, have an amazing day. I am out of here. I'm on my way to do more organizing and getting my office in order. So I will talk to y'all later. I hope you enjoyed the show, and everybody have a great day. Bye, y'all.